Would you like me to sort your delivery?
You are generous as you are divine, oh booty queens and booty queens.
I don't give a damn what you're entitled to. So if you don't like it, you can take back your food and your castle and right off.
You should treat Brooks with more respect.
Welcome to Mystery Pony Fiction, hosted by the Mystery Fluttershy fan.
Little Shop of Ponies by SockPuppet.
It all began in this little shop.
Starlight patted the mound of fresh dirt with a shovel. Trixie removed her wizard hat and held it to her chest. Maud and Mudbriar bowed their heads. Trixie levitated out her pocket watch and checked the time. Starlight wondered how the shovel would feel, swung up against Trixie's plant-murdering skull. We commit this loyal companion Phyllis to the earth, although her life was cut short. Starlight glared at Trixie. We will always remember her. Technically, Mudbriar said, a philodendron isn't male or female, and you should refer to Phyllis as they/them. Starlight walked through Ponyville Farmers Market. Lily Valley waved at her and Starlight walked over. Miss Glimmer, how are you? Honestly, depressed. My philodendron got murdered. I need a new one. Murdered? The horror! The horror! You have any? No. Hey, Rose. Rose like emerged from the back of their stand. Miss Starlight needs a potted plant. All I've got is this thing Zecora left with us after Luna's solar eclipse. Starlight raised an eyebrow. Zecora? Okay, how much? Free, said Daisy, carrying a terracotta pot under her foreleg as she too emerged from the back. The other two nodded. The plant was little more than a green shoot, half the height of her horn, and looked like a Venus flytrap. Starlight asked, why is it free? Phyllis too looked bad. Despite being near a window with plenty of sunlight, despite Starlight giving it plenty of water and fertilizer, despite Starlight calling in earth ponies for extended counselling sessions to get their magic near the plant, she still seemed to be withering and drying up. Trixie barged into her office. Trixie requires Starlight's first aid kit. Looking up, Starlight saw that Trixie's nose was bleeding. What happened to you? Trixie caught a frisbee with her face while coaching gym class. Her magic yanked open a drawer and removed a first aid kit. She wiped and dabbed her nose with gauze for a minute, dropped the bloody rags onto Starlight's countertop and then turned out the door. Your plant is looking better. Starlight looked down. Phyllis too was indeed looking perked up. That was strange. Standing, she trotted across the office to the mess Trixie had left behind before levitating the mess of bloody gauze towards the trash can. A small mewl sounded. Starlight looked around the office. Phyllis too trembled. She levitated the rags far to the left. Phyllis too tilted that direction. She levitated the rags far to the right. Phyllis too followed them in that direction. Starlight smiled. Starlight, no offence, but you look awful, Sunburst said as he sat down across her desk from her. Starlight nodded and sipped coffee. She knew she had black bags under her eyes and her ribs showed through her fur, which was beginning to lose its sheen. You two look like you donated too much blood, Nurse Redheart said, sitting down. Nope, not me, Starlight said. Just been practicing some difficult spells. Really? What spells? Sunburst asked. Nothing illegal, Starlight said unconvincingly. Certainly not reversing alicorns and discord spells. Redheart raised an eyebrow and grunted before looking at her clipboard. Anyway, 30% of your student body has the thunderclap. Have you considered providing condoms? They just use them as water balloons, Sunburst said. Trixie barged in. Wow, Starlight, your new plant looks great. Starlight smiled. Phyllis too was transplanted to a new giant pot and filled an entire corner of her office. Thanks, I figured out what fertilizer it needed. Oh, what does it need? Sunburst asked. Just the right spell, Starlight said, waving a hoof nervously. That's why I look so tired. Rainbow barged in a second later. Hey, the Cozy Glow statue looked like it got depetrified. Any pony know where she went? We need a posse to start a filly hunt. Starlight patted Phyllis too with a hoof.
Feed me.
Phyllis, Starlight said, I can't. I already fed you Cozy, Tyrek, and Chrysalis. You look like a giant Venus flytrap. I would have thought you'd like the Bug Horse Queen.
Don't think, you'll hurt yourself.
Starlight paced around her office, and Celestia has posted guards in the Canterlot Sculpture Gardens, so I can't steal any more political dissidents for you. Trixie barged in. Good news! For Starlight's birthday, Trixie invited Starlight's dad. Starlight whirled around, staring at Trixie in shock. You, what? His letter said he was excited to see his Pumpkin Wumpkin. Hi, Dad, Starlight said, gesturing to one of the chairs in her office and sitting across from him. Wow, that's quite a plant, said her dad. It's so tall, it almost touches the ceiling. Yeah, it had a good meal recently. Am I going to meet your friend Trixie? Or is she your mare friend? Or do you have a cult friend? I wish my Pumpkin Wumpkin would tell me more about what's going on in her life. Did you just call me Pumpkin Wumpkin again? Hi, Zakora, Starlight said, gesturing for her to sit. Nice to see you. I know you have found for dead bodies a hiding place in that potted plant from outer space. I wouldn't. I couldn't. Starlight looked at the truncheon hidden under her desk and prepared to light her horn and whack Zakora over the head. About this topic I have all your friends told, in case the thought of killing me should make you too bold. All of them? Although you may think my method's shoddy, I must also dispose of a body. What? When a new pony brought to Ponyville competition, it began to affect my potion sales ambition. Oh. I left her corpse just outside your window. Help me by levitating up the bimbo. Phyllis too now filled half of Trixie's office. Dash, Starlight said, levitating the latex gimp suit off the body and trying to ignore the smells and bodily fluids. Why did you murder Spitfire? This wasn't murder, Dash said. This was an accident. An accident? Look, Dash said, removing the hood of her own gimp suit. We had consensual down, but we might have missed safe and sane. Derpy, Starlight said with a face hoof. The Ponyville postmaster? Derpy dropped the body and shrugged her wings. I have 2 kids to support. I need the promotion. Twilight, Starlight shouted. This is the 3rd Flash Century today. Are you going to alternate universes just to keep murdering your ex? Yes, Twilight said, removing Flash's eye patch and peg leg to protect the plant's digestion. This one was from the pirate universe. Tree hugger, Starlight said, opening a window to get the smells of unwashed hippie, marijuana, and murder out of her office. She slept with my cult friend, Fluttershy said. Who is? Fluttershy looked at her hooves, blushed, and mumbled indistinctly. For the next 3 hours, Phyllis too just stared at her leaves as they swayed in the window's breeze. Who are these two? Starlight asked as Applejack unrolled the rug containing the two bodies. They appeared to be unicorn stones, probably twins, dressed as carnival barkers. No pony who will be missed. Rarity, Starlight said. This is the 4th fashion critic this week. Phyllis too burped. And next week is Manhattan Fashion Week, darling. Damn it, Sweetie Belle, Starlight said. He's a colt. Why'd you kill him? Sweetie Belle sobbed, hugging Rumble's body. I loved him, but he didn't love me back. So you murdered him? No, Sweetie sniffed. I tried to woo him. Remember the old saying, the way to a colt's heart is through his stomach? Yeah. I cooked him dinner. Scootaloo dragged in the corpse of a young earth colt. Starlight face-hoofed. What did he do? Nothing, Scootaloo said. It's just, every pony was doing it, so I thought I would kill some pony too. Apple Bloom dragged in Scootaloo's corpse. Oh, for Celestia's sake, Starlight said. What did Scootaloo do? The colt she killed? Starlight nodded. Tender taps. Here was my bow. A yellow Pegasus filly dragged in a large earth mare's corpse. Who are you? Starlight asked. Alula. What happened? She's a stranger. She invited me inside to try some candy. Big Sis said, never take candy from strangers. Starlight flipped the body over. This is Bon Bon. She runs the candy shop. Lyra dragged in a sack, turned it upside down, and Alula's body fell out. Starlight just shrugged. Yeah, saw that one coming. Back from Manhattan Fashion Week, Starlight asked. Rarity dumped the body in front of Phyllis too. Yes, darling. Who is this? Never you mind, darling. Is she wearing spoon clothes? Never you mind. Pinky dragged in Pinky's corpse. Twilight dragged in another Flash sentry, this one dressed in a charcoal suit and power tie. Which universe is this one from? Wall Street universe. Are you leaving any of them alive? The one from the Rule 63 universe. She and I have a date tonight. Twilight dragged in Twilight's body. But Starlight noticed the living Twilight didn't have wings and wore thick black framed glasses. What did you do to Twilight? Please, said the unicorn, looking at the alicorn's body. Call me Princess.
Subsequent to the events you have just witnessed, similar events in cities
across Equestria,
events which bore a striking resemblance to the ones you have just seen begin occurring. Ooh, subsequent to the events you have just witnessed.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider joining my Patreon, patreon.com/TMFF, to get early access to audiobooks and to be able to request I do a reading of what you want, provided the author approves. Thank you to Artlist.io for providing the massive music and sound effect library that I have to work with. And most of all, thank you to the bronies who write the amazing stories that inspire me to make these. Fluttershy and Izzy are best ponies. I now have a Discord server where you can join in and chat with other fanfiction fans. If you enjoy what I do, you can donate to me on Ko-Fi, links in the description.